Good morning, Richard Eckley here. Happy Wednesday morning to you. We're on a Wednesday, so on a Relationship Wednesday on your 4 keys to a healthier, happier you. And the question is, when do our kids learn the most? And as we grow, as we're babies, we're basically like a sponge. Our mind is totally open. It's what we learn from being a baby to the age of around 6 or 7 is where we get all our influence from, all our mindset, all our belief from. And what it is, our mind is like a sponge. It just soaks up whatever the environment we're in. We basically only have 2 fears when we're born. One's a fear of sound, which is the noise, and one's a fear of falling. Once you've got those 2 fears installed in us through nature, the rest of us we actually develop as we go through life. We build and we learn and we grow as we go through life. So it's actually the things we have in the environment we're in actually determines what sort of mindset we're going to have and belief we're going to have. Because we soak it all up from the baby age up to about 6 or 7. And it's just the environment we're actually in, the experiences, our parents, our guardian, whoever is our biggest influence. Whatever happens repeatedly, we have 2 ways of installing into our subconscious mind. It's either through repetition, continually told something, or a major emotional event. The shock puts it into our emotional mind, so we store it. And that's how we actually store our memories and all our belief systems throughout our life as we grow through life. And so I said, it's the environment. It's thinking about our kids. They're going to do what we do, not what we say. So they're going to pick up all their habits, all their beliefs from us. That's how they do it. That's how we've all done it. For the generations before, past, they go through. It's always the generation past generations that have learned from the next generation. And we got their beliefs from their system. That's how you develop any system in our life. So it's then thinking, okay, then our kids are watching us, what we're doing, how we're acting, how we're behaving, and they're going to pick up on that. So if you often want to see how your kids are, you think how you are. If you're quite a bit stressed or a bit aggravated about things, your kids can often pick that up and be that way as well. If it's over a long term, obviously if you get stressed over small things, that's fine. But if it's a continual thing, it's a long-term process of always being stressed, always being angry, always being upset, then our kids are going to be that way and pick that up as well. And it's not until they get in the later life, after their 6 or 7 years, then they actually start to get their influence from their peers, from their families, their groups they're associating with, up to their teenage years. Then it's their peers then it starts to influence them. They've got this initial mindset from the parents or whatever the environment is they're growing up in. And then as the peers then in their later years, that sort of solidifies it as well. And that goes through again. So it's thinking, okay, then what are we teaching our kids? They're watching us, they're learning from us. So it's thinking if we give them the best role models we can, then they're going to follow that same system again and learn from us the best way we can. So it's always thinking, okay, then what am I doing myself? What am I teaching my kids that I'm doing? How is my mindset? How is my attitude towards what our kids are doing? And then they're going to pick up what I'm doing. So it's then, yeah, that's the first, this is the most informative years from a baby to about 6 or 7. They're just like a sponge and they just soak up all the environment. Nature gives it the 2 basic fears, which is the fear of falling and the fear of sounds for survival. And then the nurture, the environment, gives them all the rest. As I said, if you imagine your mind's like a computer, and it's totally blank files. There's no files in there as well. There's just these 2 basic files of fear and falling. All the other fears we've established in our life is what we've put in ourselves to the environment and how we're living. So it's thinking, okay, then we've got to start trying to encourage our kids to do more stuff, to get out there, have more of a positive mindset, and then when you get that from us. So if we make ourselves more positive, our kids will be more positive. On we go. Happy days. There we are. Have yourself a good one. All the best for now.